aren't all about lights and cheer. They can also be a great source of stress for some people.
Yes, from all the shopping, the cooking, the crowded places, and making time for family, of course. It can easily become overwhelming, but there are some simple things you can do to manage that stress. And here with her tips, a psychotherapist and friend of the show, Cindy Crane. And Cindy, I gotta tell you, we talk about this every holiday season.
I know.
It's
There's
one
a
of those
reason
things
for that.
that we have to just
We need a
survive.
reminder.
Yeah, and I think as soon as we hear Thanksgiving, we all sort of immediately go into this panic mode and think that we have to, somehow like organize everything. But how do we
Do
move
so
past
much,
this chaos?
yeah.
Well, first of all, I think as wonderful as the holiday season is, we have to remember that it's been so kind of inflated to be such an important event, kind of like prom. You get
Right.
one shot, it's got to be perfect. So I think just realistically lowering expectations is part of it, and set up some parameters for having a more relaxing and stress-free approach to the holidays.
Okay, but not all of us are wired to do that. So
No.
what are some
What are your
methods?
best tips?
Well, I really think it's important to kind of identify just one or two triggers that are especially difficult for you. So,
Okay.
for somebody it might be, seeing their mother-in-law. For
Mhm.
somebody else it might be getting the perfect gift or having dinner exactly perfect. Figure out how you can come up with a strategy to better manage just one or two triggers so you can enjoy the whole holiday more.
This year, for me, it was cooking the turkey.
Yeah,
It fell on me, and I decided I'm just going to order one.
that's
And-
awesome.
And then make the others. So I sort of did a self-compromise.
It's a
I-
really
I
great
got
idea to
turkey
sneak
and
in
then-
a couple of pre-made things
Yeah.
into a bigger batch. I had a client who made all her mashed potatoes in advance.
Mhm.
It never occurred to me, and frozen,
Yeah,
2 weeks
so
before.
It does take a little bit of self-discipline to
Yeah.
do it that way, right?
Asking others to help too makes a big difference. My daughter's boyfriend made all the pies.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Everyone can contribute.
Yeah.
And when it comes to shopping, I know yesterday morning I decided to go to Target and immediately regretted it just because of the crowds and the craziness. And I said, I'm just going to do this online because you have to keep your sanity when it
Well,
comes
two
to
things.
shopping.
I mean, some people, I do love to shop online, but some people want to go into the stores
Sure.
and feel the pomp and circumstance of that excitement. Go at off hours.
Right.
Think in advance about when it's going to be slower. Don't go on Saturday.
I know. I said, what was I
Doing?
thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a moment. So, these kind of small things that'll help make a big difference.
And that's
this
the
is
other
on the
part.
screen here is the family and friends, which I wanted to get
Okay.
to.
Yeah, well, with family and friends, I think it's really important to just simplify the whole situation so that nobody is feeling too burdened by one responsibility. And people like to help. They want to know how they can do something. So don't just say, oh, just bring something. Give them a specific task. And including children in this, by the way, and making them feel part of it helps enhance their memory of the event, and it makes it easier for everybody. You just have to be a little more strategic.
And also, what about travel? I mean, what do you suggest? Is there is it better to not? Is to limit it? To just have a plan before you go? Anything when it comes to hitting
Oh,
the road
for
to
sure,
there?
try to travel in off hours. I know that's not easy, but giving yourself an hour extra wiggle room can help everybody involved. If you have to swing by the 7-Eleven for a cup of coffee and kill 15 minutes, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Just not to feel rushed, especially if you have kids. And just to say, from a mental health standpoint, it's really important to pause and take time for yourself as well, so that in advance of things, you don't feel like you're so nervous you have to overdrink, you have to overeat. Make sure you give yourself pauses to just relax. And by the way, have an exit strategy. If there's going to be a difficult aunt or a difficult family member, don't get into politics or get into a tricky subject. Make sure that you keep it light and fun.
Yeah.
And if you're not having a good time, again, plan an exit strategy so you can enjoy yourself.
I love that idea.
I'm planning mine right now.
I know.
All right, Cindy, thank you so much. Always
Thank
great
you.
to have
Having me on.
Wonderful
This is,
tips.
We'll be
yeah.
right back after